GGRC.
Hey everybody. Everyone be quiet. Here, getting nature photos of a beautiful Canadian goose in its natural habitat. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's a natural habitat. But guys, you get to play as a flying goose in Dune Sea here. Guys, welcome to another Quicksave Review here. Dune Sea is a game I did not hear about whatsoever. Came out last month in October. And just as I said, you get to play as this beautiful, majestic goose. I know a lot of people not fans of goose out there. Geese, maybe, however you want to put it. Especially with the most recently released Untitled Goose game. Geese are definitely going to get a bad rap, right? Here where I live in Michigan, we see Canadian geese all the time. I think they're hilarious. I think they're funny. I love when they make people mad and piss them off. But I digress. In Dune Sea, you get to play as a flying one who's trekking across different landscapes. And here, let's jump into it, shall we? Beautiful game, by the way. Absolutely love this. I played through the first 4 levels of this so far. And we are now on the 5th. And you just fly through different landscapes. You see different, like, nature-y areas. Like, check this out. You get to fly through this, like, geyser-y area here. And you collect seeds. You can see in the bottom right that you have a little bar, and that bar is going to pretty much dictate how much power the goose has to keep flying. There's a little bunny flying around there. Woo! We're gonna fly up. Oh, we almost got hit by that geyser. And if you fly through other flocks, you get a honk at them, and then these other birds will follow you. So you'll have birds like seagulls following you. You'll have birds like crows following you. So really, this game is pro-bird. It's... oh! Until that happens. So one of the things I find strange about this game is the fact that there are just floating rocks all over the place. This game has a very strange story, as it turns out. The game starts with a comet hitting Earth, and then the birds are just flying. And I don't know if the birds are flying away from it, they're flying towards it. I'm not really sure. But it would seem as though the comet hit Earth and has caused all of these rocks to sort of float. And they become obstacles for you to try to avoid. Which at times become kind of a nuisance, at least in my opinion. Let's see, you can also eat the fruit on these trees. Blum blum. In addition to seeds, though, there are other collectibles. You'll see if we pause here. If you look below where it says Chapter 5, your percentage through the current level, you can see that there's 2 little golden flower things there. Those are things you can actually collect through the level as you're flying. I have not been great at collecting those things. They are hidden somewhat throughout the level. Oh, man, I don't want to get hit there, obviously. We don't want to hit whatever the next flying thing is. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this game. Like I said, this is only the 5th level I played of it. 5th level in the game. But so far, I'm really digging it. I love the control. The control is very simple. It's very physics-based, so... oh man, some kind of big predatory bird back there. They haven't come after me yet, but I keep feeling like they will. Yeah, I just love the way the game feels and the way it works and everything like that. I really dig it so far. These landing pads here, you can take a break, land with your flock, charge yourself back up, and then get back into the foray here. Here we go. Now, the reason you'll pick birds up is because there are going to be loops to fly through later on in certain levels. So, certain loops only show up if you have a certain amount of birds. So, for example, oh, by the way, there's like one of those weird Cthulhu-esque black flower things I assume have showed up because of the comet. Here's some crows. So we'll grab a crow to join in. But you'll basically come up to these loops and it'll say you need 3 birds to activate this loop. As long as you have 3 birds, you activate the loop. And when you fly through it, certain things will happen by the time you fly through all of the loops that are part of the sequence. So a rock might fall on one of those ugly black flower octopus squid things and kill it. Other times it'll reveal a path for you to find one of those gold flowers. So different things do happen, which is kind of cool. So far the environments have been pretty varied. You can see it's got sort of a simplistic, I guess you want to say, broken down, like polygonal style 3D look to it, except for the birds. The birds have a very, like, they look like fully rendered birds. But the rest of the landscapes and everything are very simple looking, which I kind of think works pretty well. I think if the birds were simply polygonal, just like the landscapes, I feel like they would be lost more with the environment and that kind of thing. But I think it works pretty well here. Oh no! Oh, always disappointing when that happens. Always disappointing. But luckily, you get to pick up from wherever your last checkpoint was. So if you took a rest there, you'll see that bar that shows up when you start flying. That's actually your progress bar. You see we're about halfway through this level so far. We're going to fly up to the top here this time. So yeah, one of the main things that, and I was talking about it earlier. Oh, jeez, the guys have got me again. That kind of thing has bothered me so far with the game. In a game that seems pretty relaxing, that's mainly so far, like, because all of the collectibles are optional. You don't have to collect anything. You could just enjoy the flight, and that's kind of what I've been digging. I was sick recently, actually playing through a bit of this, and I was just really enjoying this, like, laying in bed, playing a bit of it, enjoying the landscapes and just flying. So that I like that stuff is optional. However, the stuff I don't like is when... Oh, don't fly into it again. Oh, jeez. Okay. That rock is going to hit me, isn't it? Okay. I wish that the rocks that were flying and that kind of thing kind of gave you a little bit more of a warning. Because sometimes you cannot anticipate when a rock is going to shoot up or shoot at you or whatever it is. And you'll go down quite quickly. Sometimes the way the camera is too, sometimes those flying rocks or floating rocks come up super quick and you don't have time to react. Those are basically my biggest pet peeves with the game so far, but they haven't been that big of a deal, really. But I find it to be an issue when all you want to do is you just want to enjoy flying. You just want to enjoy the landscape and flying through it, and you can't do that because you're getting slammed in the head by a rock over and over. You're like, dude, I just want to fly through and enjoy this. Is there any problem with that? This year has been the year for bird games, I gotta say. There's been a lot... see, like that. No warning at all. Felt very trial and error-y, and I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. But yeah, this year has felt like the year for bird games. You got this game. There was a game literally called, I think, Bird Game Plus that came out. I guess we can't fly over the top of that. I'm not sure why. That I reviewed on the channel previously. There was another flying game. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. But if you're looking for a game that's just all about, like... Wow, I am not doing great at this part, am I? Really not. If you're looking for a game that's really just about flying and enjoying yourself, that is the game to play. God, the name escapes me, though. Is it called... I think it's just called Feather, maybe? I'm gonna have to look. Untitled Goose game came out. Birds are getting a lot of love this year. But I'm okay with that. I wouldn't consider myself a bird guy per se. Oh, wow. That was close. But I do really... Same spot over and over and over again. This is a tight spot. I am an animal lover. I really do like animals. And over the years, I have come to enjoy birds. In fact, to the point where when I saw Untitled Goose game was coming out, I was super excited. Great game, by the way, if you haven't checked that one out. I actually follow a lot of like goose and duck Instagram feeds because I don't know what it is, but I find ducks to be like one of the most comical creatures in the animal kingdom. There's just something about them that is just so silly. Oh, we got birds we can get here. Okay, let's dive back down here. But people will post these, there's one of our loops, by the way. So we only need one extra bird for this loop. But here we go. Here's the loops we were talking about. Loop. Did we miss the first one? How did we miss that? So the interesting thing about the loops is they're a little wonky. Sometimes you fly backwards through them and it doesn't count. Sometimes you fly right through it like I did there, and it didn't work. Oh! Okay, you want to go down? Thank you. All right, dive bomb. Woo. Oh, geez. Gross green fog. It's the first time I've seen that. There we go. Rock falls on the thing. Boom. What'd I tell you? So yeah, it's the first time I've seen this fog here. So yeah, I follow a lot of like silly duck Instagram stuff, and it makes me laugh every day. Just like, I don't know why, it makes my day. Just seeing a duck giving you a silly face. And there are some crazy duck people out there too. Love their ducks, but I'm glad they exist because it makes me laugh whenever I check out their feeds on there. Okay, we're making our way to the end of this level here. We're getting very close. What I do like is that you can check your progress at any point, not just your game progress, but also your current chapter progress. So you can see that I'm at chapter 5. Game says we're at 40%. We'll check that by the time we finish this to see where we're at. Seems like the game is going to have, you know... Oh, what is happening? Things are not looking good. Why is the screen shaking like that? Is it because of the fog? So if you roll in the fog, the screen shakes? I don't like that. I definitely don't like that. But this is the first time I've seen that fog. It's the first time I've had to do anything with it. So anyway, as I was saying though, the game itself doesn't seem like it's going to have a whole lot of content. Probably 10 to 12 levels would be the range that I expect it to be at. However, with the type of game it is, I don't feel like it really needs to be that much longer than it already is. Like if it is 10 to 12 levels, I feel like it's perfect. It's a perfect amount for you to sit here for a couple hours, enjoy the scenery, fly through, destroy some weird squid-like creatures from space as a goose, and you know, move on with your life. I think we just finished chapter 5. All of our bird friends have moved on. There we go. There's chapter 5. So you have to earn a new flock as the levels go on. There we go. There's your loading screen for the next chapter. Not much story in between or during or anything like that. But guys, that's Dune Sea. As I was saying, I really enjoy this game. I think it's really, really cool. Personally, it's one of those like indie hidden gems of the year so far. Because I feel like it's just a nice, serene fly-through of a game that puts you into some like really nice nature landscapes that you can fly through as a goose. The only thing is I wish that the game actually would let you change birds now and then, so maybe the birds had different abilities and different things to do, you know, that kind of thing. Other than that, though, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's worth checking out for sure. But guys, I want to say thank you for watching, and of course, I'll see you all in the next Quicksave Review. See you then.